Okay, so lesson 2, we're going to look at introducing some inputs to your microcontroller. And like I said at the start, these videos I'm gonna try and give you some sort of ideas about how you could incorporate whatever circuits you're using for this microcontroller into a school project, whether it's your baccalaureate or the IGCSE or your GCSE. Just some ideas of how you could come up with a project for those specifications. And what I've just taken off the web there is just a point of sale. Okay, just a simple point of sale that you would see in a supermarket. And as that one goes there, it's pretty boring, but it's not interactive at all. But there's no reason why you couldn't make a project that is interactive. And it could simply be done by using these microcontrollers. So for instance, let's imagine we had that, but we incorporated some sort of LEDs on there, or a press me button or something like that, okay? And I've shown you how to use a pin. So let's just do the same here. Let's just take, let's take 3 pins this time, 0, 1, and 2, and we're going to use one of them as an input. So let me just take, remembering the positive leg coming off the power. These pins are 3.3, I think, exactly. And then the negative leg going down to the ground, okay, like that. And let's make that one different. So let's make that blue. Okay, so it's as simple as that. So we've got our 3 pins. So now we need to code our pins to come on. So let's go to code. Let's get a forever block. Let's get a digital write pin, and let's get a wait block. Okay, let's duplicate that. Pin 0, yes. And I'll also put on pin 2, I think. Let's activate pin 2. So that one and that one, and that one. Now these need to go low. So low, low. Let's just run that for a sec, and what we should see is these 2 flash. Okay, there they go. So there's our 2 pins flashing with a 1 second wait. That's great. Okay, so let's go back. So like I said, I'm just using this as an example. You can have a couple of LEDs here, or 5 or 6, or whatever you want. And maybe up in the top corner or somewhere you could have a press me button. And that press me button could give out a message or something, whatever. It's up to you. Something you could build into your project. And it's as simple as, because we need to take an input, let's just take, let's get, where would our button A, there you go. So we can have button A or button B, or we can shake it, or whatever we want to do. We could, if you wanted to, let's just make that flash for a second. So at different times, so we could put, actually let's put, where's the while here? Let's just put that in there, and just showing you how a while loop works on this. What are we, pin 1, and let's change that to milliseconds, okay, and change that to about half a second. Duplicate that, put that low. Okay, so now we've got an input. So this obviously runs on forever when it starts, but this one gives us an input to digitally write that on. So as we run our simulation now, this won't run until we press button A, which could be incorporated here somewhere, couldn't it? Okay, so if I click button A, you can see that this one does something else. Okay, if you didn't want to do that, that's not very interesting, but like I said, it's for you to come up with ideas. what we could also do is we could get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And let's take LEDs or icons or show a string. Okay, so you could show a string, say, I don't know, you have won a prize. Okay, start the simulation. Press A. And this comes, you've won a prize. Okay, so you can make that input whatever you want. It's up to you and your imagination. Okay, and I think I'll leave that there on inputs. And from the first two videos, you should now know how to digitally write these pins and use an input. And I'll see you in the next video.